All right, guys, we're back here on Piskelapp.com. We're going to go through some more advanced tools for you today, specifically one of them that is very helpful in a lot of art programs if you're doing digital art. I've already created this beautiful landscape of a sunset here, and I'm thinking about adding some more to it. I think I want to add maybe a silhouette of a palm tree, maybe some birds to it and stuff like that. So if I'm going to do a silhouette, I want to make sure I have black selected and my pen tool. And now I'm nervous about doing this because if I draw this wrong, I can always undo it by holding Control and tapping the Z key. But if I mess up too many times, I'm going to have to just come back and redraw this, fixing it. But there's actually a tool that will help us to add to this without messing up what we've already created. All right, and that is the layers window over here. You can see right now we only have one layer. It's called layer 1. And everything we do is going to happen on that layer. So if I try and draw maybe a little island over here in the side, and then my palm tree coming up like this. It's looking kind of nice. But if I mess this up, it's on the same layer as my background. And if I have to erase, I'm going to have to erase and then redraw what was behind it. I'm going to undo that real quick. But if I put my new drawing on a new layer by clicking on the plus, now I have layer 2. You can see my original drawing is now dimmed out. That's just to show me where it still is. If we look up here at the preview, it's still very much there. And if you guys have a small version like this, or like this, all you have to do is mouse over this, change it to full, and then you'll see the whole thing. But now when I draw, I can do it in multiple steps. I can use my fill tool. I can go back to this and draw my palm tree. And if I make a mistake, I can grab the eraser tool and erase it without erasing the background that I made. Okay, it is only affecting everything on this layer. And the only thing on this layer right now is the black color that I'm putting on there at the moment. Okay, this is a fantastic tool, especially if you're nervous about messing up the artwork that you've already created. It's something that I use all the time in all the art programs that I use. And it's something that I want to see you guys use for this assignment. Okay, so at the end of this, I'm going to need a screenshot of your drawing in Piskelapp, showing me that you have at least 2 layers, if not more. Now, another great thing about layers is that we can move things around without messing anything else up. So if I want a little silhouette of birds, I'm going to create a 3rd layer. So I don't want to mess up my palm tree here. And I'm going to draw some little birds like this. I guess that's pretty good. Now, if I'm happy with that bird, but I'm not happy where it is, I can go over here to the move tool. And it doesn't matter where I click, it's going to move everything on this layer. And I can click and drag it around without messing up what's in the background. So maybe I want this bird right here. Okay. Let's put it down here. Now, what if I want another bird? I could just redraw another one here, no problem. But I could also copy and paste it using these selection tools here. There's a couple different ones. They all kind of function in the same way. This one also is a selection tool. But basically, you draw a box. You can drag a box around the shape that you want. And it will give you all the options right here. If we Control C, it will copy it. Control V will paste it. And if we hold Shift, we can move it around. All right, so if I hold Shift, it's just going to move it around until I hit Enter. But if I hit Control C and then move it around, you can see it leaves the other one there. And then I can hit Control V to add another one, move it again, hit Control V to add another one. Now, this isn't that big a deal for these birds because they're very simple and be easy to redraw. But if you draw something complex and small that you want a lot of, then it would be a little more difficult for you to redraw them. This makes it a bit easier. And these selection tools all work pretty much the same way. All right, this one just draws a square or a rectangle. This one you can draw whatever shape you want to select. And this one selects, I believe, all the colors that are next to it. Okay. And just like before, these all have tons of different options if you mouse over them over here. It's the same thing, right? So for this assignment, I would like you to create another creation, create something new in Piskelapp, and I want it to contain more than one layer. Okay? Take a screenshot of it and submit it to the classroom, and you'll be good to go. All right, have a good one.